Well, this didn't go as planned. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, all passion. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day from the Bay Area, and I've been a diehard A's fan since '81. This isn't just another A's podcast. This is the most informative and insightful show on the A's, period. We cover the A's every single day, breaking down games, delivering the latest team news, and giving you deep, thoughtful analysis you will not find anywhere else. If it's happening in Sacramento or in Vegas, we got you covered. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. Well, guys, the White Sox came into Sacramento looking angry, and Jeffrey Springs gave them exactly what they wanted. Batting practice in broad daylight. In another brutal outing for Jeffrey Springs, he couldn't locate anything, and when he did, it got smoked. The A's dropped Game 2 in ugly fashion, getting punched in the mouth early and never responding. 10-3, White Sox take Game 2 in Sacramento. After a thrilling Game 1 win and a thrilling Game 3 win against the Rangers, we were left sitting around in stunned silence as the White Sox piled on run after run. For the A's that's supposed to pride themselves on grit, this looked like a bunch of guys hoping the clock would run out. And in baseball, you don't get that mercy. At this point, I believe the A's have a full-blown Jeffrey Springs problem. The experiment of banking on him to be a mid-rotation anchor is definitely blowing up in real time. Excuse me, not even a mid-rotation, more of a front-end starter. Every time it starts, it feels like, a slow-motion car crash. If the A's want to stay in the fight, they got to figure out their starting pitching, no question. They need to figure out how to fix this fast. Or find someone else who can survive past the third inning. I mean, I know Springs settled down. He went 6. But I don't know how many outings this is from this year where he's just gotten absolutely bombed on in the first inning. This wasn't just a loss. It was a gut punch, and it raises some real questions. I'm not going to he has been a huge, huge, huge disappointment so far. And he got hit hard in spring training as well. And the big thing with Springs, I've mentioned it before, is that when he was with Tampa in 2022, when he was one of the best starters in all of baseball, he would top out on his fastball around 94. Now he's around 91. And the problem with that is when your go-to pitch is your changeup or off speed, 91 doesn't look so fast, and the changeup doesn't really fool you that much. A perfect example was the second hitter of the game, Luis Robert Jr., and the pitch before his home run. The pitch before his home run is the pitch you got to really look at, because he came in with about a 91 mile an hour fastball, and it was located okay on the outside of the zone, but Robert was able to foul that off. But I think at that point, you can sit off speed. If you're sitting off speed, right, even if he throws the fastball's not hard enough. You can catch up to it. So that's the big thing right now with regard to Springs and why he has been so ineffective. At the same time, I don't think anything would have mattered today. Springs got rocked. And the idea of The idea of this is the White Sox and we should win. The White Sox, yeah, they're going through their challenges and they have, but they have some ball players over there. They have some big league ball players, and they came ready to play. I mean, they should have beat us last night. So, but if you were to tell me that if we were to play 6 games against the White Sox and win 5 of them, I'd be happy. So tomorrow's a critical game. Murdoch got hit pretty hard. The thing is, Bill, yeah, I would agree with you. The issue with that is, though, every time he has been in a high leverage situation, he's come up pretty clutch. When he's gotten in these situations where it's an absolute blowout, his numbers have exploded and gone up. And there was no different today. The issue with the game, and the key thing was the first inning again with Springs. It's 4 runs today in the first inning. In his last outing against the Brewers, he got rocked in the first inning. The start before that against the White Sox, he gave up 3 runs in the first inning. Against the Padres, he got rocked in the first inning. He gave up a ton of runs. It seems like he's settling down after that. But by the time he's settling down, is against the is in the first inning. Half our world or against the White Sox and Yankees. We played 9 games against them, 8 games so far against them, and we have we're 6-2. No, sorry, 1. Yeah, we're 6-2. Is that right? 1 loss against the Rockies, 3, 5, 6-2. Yeah, 6-2. We get tomorrow, that's 7-2. I'm all right with that. With 6 of those games being on the road, no team in the American League is good enough to overlook anybody. The White Sox took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. There's not a team good enough to overlook anybody in the American League. So it happens. I wasn't surprised by it. I mean, I was disappointed, obviously. Who isn't? I actually predicted when we had the when I did the crossover edition with the host of Locked On White Sox, when we gave our predictions, I predicted the A's would lose 2 of 3 this series. I hope I'm wrong. And we got lucky to get that win last night. But I did make that prediction, and I kind of knew that Springs was going to get hit around today. I thought we would be able to produce a little bit more offense than we did. But Jonathan Cannon for the White Sox was lights out. He pitched against the A's last year in Oakland, and he was lights out. He's a good pitcher. So, it happens. Kotsay switched it around with regard to lineup. Had Wilson in the leadoff spot. He sat Butler, which was interesting. That may have, and he had an interesting pregame interview with on A's Cast regarding discipline for the team and how young the team is. I don't know if that had anything to do with that or not, but it was interesting to hear his thoughts and so forth. So I don't know if that had anything to do with Butler. Butler's 5th at bat last night when he struck out through his helmet. I talked about it a little bit last night. It was a little bit bothersome. Andahar was okay. Big hit, 1 for 4 with a triple, but no one really did anything today, right? Rooker 1 for 3. Soderstrom 0 for 3. Blade had a nice double early in the game. Wilson 0 for 3. Kurtz had that late hit, 1 for 4, but he's struggling. He's struggling, man. He is 2 for 7 in this series alone. Sorry, just in this series. 2 for 7 with 4 Ks if you want to take him over. He is 3 for 13 with 6 strikeouts. So Kurtz is not necessarily there either. And the thing with Kurtz, hey, he's a young kid. He's a rookie. We have to play him. They made that decision, and that's okay. He's going to get better. He's going to get better. Urias had a bomb. That was nice to see. I've always liked Urias. He had a home run. I think he's going to help us a lot. Listen, they just beat us today, right? The story of the game was the first inning. There was no question that the story of the game today was the first inning. And I do want to go through some positive and negative takeaways from the game and look to tomorrow when the A's have the rubber match of their series against the White Sox. It's an important game, and look ahead to what the A's schedule looks like and what we need to do. Up next. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now I budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. 10-3 final today. Rough game for the A's. It happens, right? It happens. Baseball, long season. I don't know who we Master Ball. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know who we have that's better than Andahar in left field. I don't think we have a good defensive left field. I don't think we have a good defensive outfielder. So while I agree with you, he might be the best of the bad, if that makes any sense. We don't have a whole lot in left field. He's just been getting hit, Jay Poo. I mean, yes, has the first inning. You know, I think the scouting report on Springs is right now sit off speed, and his fastball isn't fast enough to throw it by you if he comes in with a fastball. And I think that's what's been happening. Yeah, he's been getting hit hard, man. He's been getting hit hard, though, from spring training. This isn't anything new. He's getting rocked. His ERA right now is over 6. It's kind of a killer. I assume so, Bill. I have a hard time. They brought up Lopez, Jacob Lopez from AAA. I think Hogan Harris is going to get the start. Hogan Harris was part of the rotation last year in the second half. He's been pitching good. He didn't start in Vegas is the only thing. But yeah, I assume it's going to be Hogan Harris. I have a hard time believing it will not be. They did call up Lopez. I just don't think it's good. I don't think Lopez is going to get the start over Harris, though. I don't think he's going to get the start over Harris, though. Jason? Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. Lopez pitched both, Hugo. He wasn't just started. He didn't start alone in Vegas. What was his Vegas numbers? Harris was part of the rotation last year. If I had to guess, I think it's Harris. With that being said, Hugo, if they go Lopez, would it shock me? No. So, but both Lopez played both roles. And let me just actually tell you exactly what in Las Vegas, Jacob Lopez, he he pitched in 3 games. He started 2 of them, 14 and 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 22 Ks, 5 base on balls. So who knows? Yeah, no, I'm well aware. Well aware. He didn't have 14 in his last start. Now, a 10 in his last start. He might. Did he? I don't think he did. Because he has 20. No, he did. I'm sorry. He did. You're right, Hugo. Almost. As far as outfield defense, yeah, I think they're the worst outfield defense. Second worst in errors in baseball. I thought for sure they would be first. Boston's the worst, then the A's. Who are we going to get, Jason? Who do you think makes sense, man? Who do you think makes sense? I don't know. Everyone wanted to spend money, and I'm all for spending money. But yeah, hey, J Poo, if you think Pittsburgh's going to do that, no chance. They will not do Blade and Andahar for Bubba Chandler. They won't do Blade, Andahar, and Mason Miller for Bubba Chandler. No chance. Way unbalanced, but I'd like it. He had he only had 1 appearance, right, Bill, with Tampa Bay? Yeah. There you go. Who'd we give up to get Alcantara, though? Who would we give up to get Alcantara? Would you be okay? What would it take? It would take like something like Blade and Mason Miller to get Alcantara. You think that's too much? I think that makes sense. He can make the plays in left field, right, Master Ball? I mean, he's not great out there. I agree with you. I think if a team does get him, he's going to be a DH against left-handed hitters. So, but he's still a legitimate hitter. Still a legitimate hitter. Legitimate. Yeah, this trade always bugged me, Bill. Oh, I don't know. I kind of talked myself into it a little bit when it happened because of what Jeffrey Springs could be, and we needed a starting pitching so bad. Oh, Boyle was good, though. I don't know. I think part of it had to do, though, also, Bill, is that the A's had to spend money to get to the minimum payroll of $105 million. I think that had to do a lot with it, and I thought, I don't know, could they have done it another way? Sure. It's hard to really analyze and think of like trades and what they could have done and what they should have done when really their main objective or part of their main objective is hitting a payroll number. And that's what makes it hard, right? Yeah, if he has command, he's lights out. He's lights out, man. Oh, man. It's just tough, guys. Tomorrow we go with Bedot, right? Bedot's been okay. He had a rough outing against, Milwaukee? No. Who did Bedot go against? He got rocked in his last outing. It was against the Rangers, right? 5 1/3, 8 hits, 8 earned, 3 base on balls, 2 Ks. On the season, he's doing okay. On the season, but he's been getting hit hard. 5 starts, 2-2, 26 innings pitched, 31 hits. His ERA is up to 4.85 just because of his last outing. Before he was doing okay, he was hanging around good. We sure need an outing out of him tomorrow, though. That's for sure. Probably Blade, call me. Yeah, it'll take something like that. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you there, Jason. That's a good call. If that's all it takes to get someone like Alcantara, I would do it in a second. How old is Sandy Alcantara, though? That's what I want to know. How old is Sandy Alcantara? Isn't he? I want to say he's like 30 something. No, I could be wrong. Let's see. Sandy Alcantara. I still don't have this freaking thing. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to predict starting pitching. There's no question about it. It really, really is. It really is. We just can't have guys. We got to have guys just keep us in the game, and that's all it is. You got to have guys keep you in the game, and until that happens, we're going to struggle. And that happened last year too with Joey Estes at times and so forth. Sandy Alcantara is 30 years old, not quite. Turns 29. He turns 30 in September. He's getting hit though this year so far. 23 and a third with 6.56 ERA. 29. Yep. Thank you. But he's been getting hit hard, Jason. I don't know. I don't know what we do with the starting pitching. I do agree with you on this situation that we do need to get better. Who we have in the minors right now, we got guys like Gunnar Hoglund, right? Gunnar Hoglund's killing that out there. Not killing it. He's had his problems. But the problem is this, guys. Jeffrey Springs is making $11 million a year. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Oh, did he say that? Really? I would love that. Would love that. The White Sox did that the last two games. Seemed to work pretty good. Griffin Canning, not so much. Not so much. Griffin Canning's getting hit a little bit. His ERA is right around 5. He's had a couple good outings, but I wouldn't say he's doing great. Clay Holmes is. Yeah, no question. No question. But it's not like they're cheap either. You know what I'm saying, Master Ball? It's like, they're paying a few bucks for them. It's not like they're getting like bargains or, they're expected to be good. I mean, they're getting paid good money. Yeah, I wouldn't mind an opener for Springs. It's just, I still believe in Springs. I think with a guy coming off Tommy John surgery and not pitched as long as he has to build up some strength. And if he can get that fastball from 91 to 93, I think we have a whole new pitcher. But the White Sox counter with tomorrow, Davis Martin. He pitched against the A's in Game 3 of the series, right? He went 5 1/3 innings. He allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. Last outing, he pitched against the Twins. He was sharp. 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned, 3 Ks. It was against the Twins. So we got our work cut out for us tomorrow. We have to go in with the sense of urgency. I think we were okay today. I don't think it mattered today with the way Springs got rocked around. It's just freaking killer. Maybe. Sure looked good against Seattle, didn't he, in his first start of the year? And after he's gotten through the first inning or two, he's looked great. He's had 3 starts, Jason. His first start he got rocked. His last 2 he has been electric, and he is a top prospect. Yes. And I think with Morales, if he has another 1 or 2 good starts in Midland, I'd like to see him get promoted to AAA to see what kind of starter he is. But his first start, he got hit hard. But his last 2, he's been great. Let's see. Midland pitchers. Yeah, so Morales so far, his last 3 starts, he's been good. 19 and a third innings, 12 hits, 5 earned, 22 Ks, 2.33 ERA. They got him listed. The A's have him as our number 4 ranked prospect. I'm with you, Jason. I like Luis Morales a lot. He's looked good his last few times out. And if it continues and he has that type of electric stuff, I wouldn't mind him getting promoted. Lopez versus Dodgers, 5 innings pitched. This is when he was with Florida, right? When he was with Tampa Bay, correct? Yeah, Lopez is good. Like I said, it can go. I think it's going to be Harris, but it could be Lopez as well. And what's key about tomorrow's game is check out the stretch of game, fellas. We've got Chicago tomorrow, then we go on the road. 4 against Texas, which we got to get. I hate Texas. 3 against the Marlins, who's tough. They beat Seattle last night. 3, we come back home, and look at this stretch of games. You tell me if this stretch of games isn't hard. A homestand with 3 against the Mariners, 3 against the Yankees. Then we go to LA and play the Dodgers for 3. And then we go to San Francisco and play the Giants for 3. Come home. We play the Angels for 4, Phillies for 3, Houston for 2. Brutal. That is a brutal, brutal stretch. So, yeah, tomorrow is more critical than ever. We're facing against a righty. I think it's going to be your normal lineup tomorrow. Butler, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langoliers. It should be interesting what he does. I think Andujar's going to get the bench again, unfortunately. You're going to have to play Kurtz. Hopefully Kurtz. There's another thing. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we're terrible on Sundays. What do we have done Sunday so far? First weekend of the year, we lost to Seattle. We went on the road and lost to Colorado. Then San Diego and the Mets. The Mets at home on Sunday. Milwaukee on Sunday. Who else am I missing? I'm missing somebody else. And you know what else is our curse, my A's bias, is every rubber match. Every 1-1. We beat Texas. We beat Texas to take care of that. So yeah, we're 0-4 on Sundays. Milwaukee, Mets, Colorado, Seattle. Sox are okay. They're struggling. They're having a hard time. They're okay. They're a good squad. They're gonna beat a lot of teams. You can't overlook them. I think they just beat us. They beat us pretty bad today. That's all. I think it was just Jeffrey Springs just got rocked. But we'll see what happens, man. Tomorrow's a new day, fellas. Let's get tomorrow. And all of a sudden, it's not that bad, right? A 4-2 homestand. We'll take it. We beat 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, 2 of 3 against the White Sox. And also look at this as well. If you want to just, the Rangers lost today in San Francisco, and the Angels lost today against Minnesota. So we didn't lose any ground, and that's the key, and that's what we got to look at. We're still 2 games out of first place against the Rangers. The Astros, have they played yet? I don't know if the Astros have played yet. I think the Astros play tonight too. So Astros play at 4. They just started. So we're all right. We're okay. Listen, the whole goal and the whole idea, if we start, if we look just to stay around 500, we're going to make the playoffs. No big deal. Let's break that Sunday curse tomorrow, like A's Bias said, and you know what? If you were to tell me at the beginning of the season, we're going to play 3 games against the White Sox at home and 3 games at Chicago and at home, and we take 5 out of 6, I'm happy. I have no problem with that, guys. But hey, let's break that Sunday curse, and thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night every night all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Take care, guys. Let's go get them tomorrow. Can of corn, no big deal. It's baseball. A lot of games.